All right, guys. So, how do you date your dream girlfriend in 2024? And I know it is a very, clickbaity, sexy title, but I'll try to make this video as raw and as authentic as possible, right? There's not going to be many edits. It's not going to be very hyper high dopamine stuff, but just focus. Take this hour, sit down, take your pen and paper because this is some of my best stuff. Let's get into it. So, this training is not for you if you have too many attractive women in your life already, or you never find excuses to talk to beautiful women. You just always know what to say when you see a hot girl. Your conversations with women always end up somewhere. For some reason, it just always works. And this training is for you if, on the other hand, you want to have experiences with different women or find a high quality girlfriend. Let me make that smaller. Or you want to be able to talk to anyone in any situation. You want to have the skill, the superpower to just be that guy who can talk to anyone, anywhere. Or you want to learn how to attract the most beautiful women, women out of your league, for example. Or you're constantly in your head and you hesitate in certain situations. If you're tired of dating apps and you want to take your confidence and social skills to the absolute next level, simply put, you want the options to date who you want, when you want, wherever you want. You basically want the freedom to do whatever the fuck you want, and if you desire so, get a high quality girlfriend, but from a place of choice and abundance, not from a place of scarcity, not from a place of taking the first girl that comes your way because you don't have any other choice. Now, please do not take my word for it. There's a bunch of guys this system has worked for, guys who went from literally massively socially anxious, not being able to go up to a stranger, to, having crazy abundance and finding a girl that really complements their life. So this actually works. Now, I wish I got this training 7 years ago because back when I started, I didn't have a concise video like this, like formatted this way. I had to find information in different books and old web posts and like blogs and like come to my own conclusions. So consider yourself grateful to have all of this, in a very concise and structured manner. Now, before I used to be extremely shy and socially stifled. I, was lonely and depressed. Like, this guy does not look happy. This guy does not look like he's crushing it. I was massively scared of talking to girls. I never had a girlfriend until I was 18. I never knew what to say to girls. So whenever there was a hot girl I saw, I freeze and I just didn't know what to say for some reason. I was constantly overthinking, constantly in my head. And whenever I saw a girl, as I said, I just came up with a lot of bullshit excuses that, would really hinder my success. The few girls that actually were in my life, so girls either from school or whatever, nothing ever worked. I would always end up in the friend zone, or I would be this nice guy, the nice friend, but nothing would ever happen, really after that. Now, as of today, I have an extreme sense of clarity and purpose over my life. I'm relaxed, confident, and grounded when talking to people. I've had many crazy experiences with beautiful women in over 32 countries. Now, this was in Iceland, this was in Thailand, I believe, this was in Los Angeles, this was in France. So, a lot of crazy experiences that, this guy before would have really dreamed of. Now, I'm also able to meet anyone in any city. So, to give you an example, a few weeks ago, I went to Dubai, and the two girls in Dubai that I'm talking to were just not there at that time, right? They were traveling or something. And so, I'm in a new city. I don't know people, I don't know girls. But I managed to go on a few dates. And this is the skill I want to teach you and that you're going to learn in this video. How you can actually, when you're traveling, regardless of where you are, being able to meet girls. Now, I met two of my girlfriends literally this way by talking to them in real life. Not in a club, not in a night setting, but during the day. Now, does the following situation somewhat seem familiar to you? The first one is you see that pretty girl and you want to talk to her, but for some reason, A, you don't know what to say. B, you tell yourself, It's not the right moment. She probably has a boyfriend. I don't have the time to talk to her right now. Or she's too tall for me, she's too good looking for me, or whatever. Now, the second situation, you are talking to an attractive girl, but your conversations often feel like interviews. You struggle to be sexual. You struggle to be authentic and show your true intentions. Let me know if that ever happened to you. Or D, she sees you more as a friend than as a potential partner. Now, just know that you are not alone, because I know exactly how it feels to see an attractive girl and be absolutely paralyzed at the thought of going up to her. I also know how it feels to have 1 hour conversations with women that do not lead anywhere, only to end up in the friend zone later on. And I know exactly what it feels like to be invisible to women and seeing other guys crush it, not knowing what I'm doing wrong. So back in the day, back when I was in school, I remember this so vividly. I'm not going to give you the story of how I was like this guy who got bullied and didn't have any friends. I had friends, but with the girls, I was this like, I wasn't hated, but I also wasn't adored. So whether I came to a party or not didn't really change anything. I was just like, that's Johnny. He's just existing. And that's frustrating. That's actually pretty fucking horrible. Now imagine for a minute if you could talk to any girl, regardless of the situation you're in, regardless of how confident you feel, regardless of how many people are around you, regardless of how your hair looks, or how much money you made this month, without having to use weird pickup lines, without being someone you're not, without being constantly in your head and overthinking all the time, without feeling like you're about to die every time you approach. How much more confident would you be? How much more money would you be making? How many more dates would you go on? And at the end of the 7 days, you will know exactly how to talk to any girl in any situation, regardless of how scared you are. And I meant at the end of this video, because this was part of a challenge I created for some of my clients. And as I said, you get this for free. Now, you will know how to talk to any girl in any situation. You will know how to never run out of things to say again. You will know how to be your most authentic self in conversations without having to be someone else. You'll know how to be that sexual force that attracts women just effortlessly. You'll know how to consistently have fun conversations that lead somewhere, how to flirt, show intention without being needy, and that's what we're going to cover today. So the 2 reasons why 97% of men do not talk to beautiful women, maybe you included, the mental model I've used to never feel unworthy of 9s and 10s ever again, the 3R system to talk to any girl in any situation, regardless of how scared you are. And as a bonus, once you complete this video, you get my full step-by-step approach formula, the 3 biggest hacks I've used to have models chase me and want to be with me, and the 5 pillars to build an elite online presence and outcompete most men online. Now, here's the 2 biggest reasons why 97% of men do not talk to beautiful women. And the first one is the wrong beliefs, and the second one is no system. Like, that's it. Any reason why you have ever not talked to a beautiful girl you wanted to talk to can be put into one of these 2 categories. Now, how do you approach any girl in any situation? How do you do that? And there's really 3 steps I came up with, and this took me years to figure out. But the first step is you need to have what I call the godlike mindset. And let me ask you this. You see this woman at the bus stop. Now, what is your immediate thought? The first thought I had personally would be, damn, she is fucking hot. I want her in my life. I wish that was my girlfriend, right? And, maybe you had a variation of how do you say, a variation of one of these thoughts. Now, what is your second thought? For most guys, or at least the old me, it would be, she's not my type anyways. I don't have the time right now to approach her. I'll talk to her once I finish work. Some bullshit. I'm not good enough. She'll reject me anyways. Now, this is what I call your current mental model. And this is the belief system you have been operating under for your whole life. Now, the first thought, we don't want to change this, right? We want to keep this. Damn, she's fucking hot. I want her in my life. I wish that was my girlfriend. Let's keep that. But the second thought, here's where the sauce comes in. We can change that. And here we implement the godlike mindset. Now, instead of having, this here as a second thought, let's change it to, let me check if she's cool. Let me see if she fits my standards. Let's have fun. You should be unsure if you like her yet. The only purpose of approaching a girl should be to getting to know if she fits your standards, not the other way around. And this took me years to figure out because as guys, we're conditioned to believe that, we take from the girl and that she is the one that, that has to accept this. And we're taking. No. What if she is winning from talking to you? What if you're the prize? So this is how we reframe your entire mindset. And this is crazy powerful. Now, your 2.0 mental model is exactly this. Now, why do these excuses arise? Well, first of all, it comes from a sense of unworthiness. I'm not good enough. And there can be variations of this. So like, I'm not rich enough, I'm not funny enough, I'm not good looking enough. But fundamentally, it comes from guys thinking they're not good enough for the girl. Now, the second reason is because as guys, we'll use a lot of bullshit rationalizations. She's not my type anyways. I don't have the time right now. I need to go to the gym. Like, a lot of bullshit. You can't talk to her. Like, there's no reason you couldn't. So any excuses can be put into one of these two boxes. Now, how do you approach any girl in any situation? We just covered the godlike mindset. And the second step is what I call knowing your worth, literally. When talking to a girl, we often think that we are taking from her. Instead, think of how she wins by talking to you. And so as an action step, what I want you to do is to list out 10 reasons why the girl would win from talking to you. Crazy, I know. Pause the video and do this. So I hope by now you have come up with your 10 reasons. Now, as an example, I'll give you mine. I'm more confident than all of her exes combined, but I base my confidence on tangible reality. I have a business which solves a real life problem, and I'm helping real guys improve their life. Now, guys, by the way, those are my reasons. Like, feel free to copy them, but there's no point. You need to come up with your own reasons. So don't be this guy who's like, I'll just take Johnny's reasons. No, don't do that. I speak 6 languages. I traveled to over 20 countries. I'm in really great shape. I have a great sense of fashion. Great glasses. I know you guys love my glasses. I'm fun to be around. If she spends time with me, she'll have access to a great network of people, of guys, of girls. I'm knowledgeable on finance, business, and crypto. And if you're in crypto, guys, let's talk about it. I'm one of these crypto nerds. She'll never meet a guy like me today again. I'm in my 20s, but I have the mindset of someone 20 years older. She'll be able to learn so much by being around me, mindset, history, etc. Again, like, find your reasons. But the key point here is that you need to focus on your strengths because, yeah, sure, in life it's important to focus on your weaknesses and work on them and be aware where you're lacking. But when it comes to talking to girls, often as guys, we forget what makes us valuable. And I don't care who you are. There's something that makes you valuable. Leverage that. Think about that. Because otherwise you'll never have the true inner belief that you're worthy of talking to her. Now, the third step, now we covered the godlike mindset and you know your worth by now. We need to tackle the 3R system when these thoughts arrive. Because now you're like, yeah, well, fine, Johnny, I have the mindset and I know my worth. But what the fuck do I do when I'm in this situation when these thoughts arise? Like, what do I do when I'm in public, when I'm on the street and I see this hot girl? Like, what actionable steps do I take? And this is exactly for this. So the 3R system, I've basically, framed it in recognizing, reframing, and redirecting. So the first step is recognizing. The first step is listening to your inner monologue when the anxiety appears. So what is my current thought process? What is my inner voice telling me? Do not judge the thought. So an example of your inner monologue would be, she's super cute, but she'll probably reject me. And I'm using this one because this is the one I've had so often, right? So many times we see this super cute girl and we immediately think of the reasons why she would reject us. Now, the second step is, once we recognize the thought, reframing it. Step two is putting a label on that thought instead of identifying with it. Is this thought really me? Why do I have this thought? Is my mind tricking me? An example, if we take the one before, she'll probably reject me, we can now reframe this. We can take a few seconds of consciousness and be like, is this actually true? Is she gonna reject me? No, fuck no, I have no idea. That is bullshit. The only way to know is by talking to her. And this is crazy powerful. You can literally reframe your thoughts. You can actually change your reality. Crazy, I know. Now, let's take a second example. Let's say you see that girl and you tell yourself, as an excuse, she's out of my league. Well, let's reframe it. She is really pretty. This is why I need to take action. Well, yeah, maybe she is out of my league. And this is exactly why I need to talk to her. So you can really reframe any excuse you have. I'll take another one for you guys just as an example. Let's say you're not the tallest guy and you think, oh, this girl is too tall for me. Perfect. That is going to train my social muscle and, make me uncomfortable and make me grow socially. That is a perfect situation. And guess what? It might even work. You might even get a girl that is taller than you. Crazy. So once we recognized, reframed our thought, we need to redirect it, because nothing matters if we don't redirect that positive thought into action, aka approaching her. Now, this is really, really, really fucking key. Now, if you thought you'd get away with watching this quick training, you're mistaken. Because the challenge I have for you guys, and this is your 7-day goal, is that you secure a date from cold approach. That you destroy your fear of rejection for life, and you become the guy who can talk to any girl and create attraction just instantly. Now, the rules for the next 7 days is you will approach one girl every day. I don't want you to focus on what to say or the outcome. I really want you to implement the key lessons in this video and share your results under this video in the comments. Now, common questions I usually get from guys is, what if I've never done this before? Good. This is your chance to do something you've never done before, aka growing as a person. This is what every person who achieved something in life did. They, at some point, did something that they've never done before. Now, I'm not the type of guy to approach girls like that. I wasn't either. I used to think that I was super shy, right? That was my identity. But your identity is not your actual you. It is a mirage, fugazi. I think this is in The Wolf of Wall Street where the guy's like, fugazi, blasi. But this is BS. Like, you're not actually shy or, whatever label you put on yourself. You can decide who you want to be. I'll freeze and embarrass myself. Yes. But you can choose to compress that freezing and embarrassment into 7 days instead of 5 years. Like, you now have an action plan and the tools to make this happen. And you even have me. Like, I'm going to read the comments. So nothing's stopping you. And I want to leave you guys with this quote. The mass of men lead lives of quiet desperation. What is called resignation is confirmed desperation. Henry David Thoreau. What a G. What a G quote. And this guy used to live like 200 years ago. And he's dropping gold like that. So guys, you have no excuse. If Henry says it, let's fucking go. Let's make it happen. And I'll see you in the next one.